Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Parents were so concerned. I'm sure my dad was concerned about us being captured by the KKK down there in Cheehaw, you know, down in the racist conditions that were about, and you didn't want your child to end up in prison. You didn't want anything to happen, so you had to be strict on those children. You had to get them to a point to where they realize who's going to hurt the most if someone come and take your child and put them in prison or hang them in a tree. So you wanted them to do what's right. Remember Emmett Till? Just whistles and somebody coming and string him up in a tree. So you had to be hard on your kids so that they would not be the ones to give you your consequences, which would be a whole lot harder for a parent to deal with. And especially a father with 8 kids, 4 of them boys. I know another relative in the family that had, this man had all, they were talking about how mean Papa was. Pop, what was his name? Papa. Talking about how mean he was. He wasn't mean. He was trying to save his children's lives, trying to keep them alive. And that's what you had to do. So I understand Joe Jackson. They painted him in a way, and maybe he made some mistakes along the way, but he was a man he was a man. He's out there trying to make deals for his family that the family couldn't understand. And so he's been painted in this certain light that he was just determined. I think he was so focused on trying to get to his goal of being successful and getting his family up out of there. And he made some bad decisions. I saw some bad decisions, but that does not take away from the fact, because our parents make mistakes, but it does not take away from the fact that he did it. He got himself out of there. He saw the value in his family, and he went for it. He had one opportunity to do it and to save his family, and if they don't see that, shame on them. If Michael didn't see it, in my opinion, shame on him. I've heard some people say some other things. Okay. I've seen even this, certain things happen, and they may have happened because of ignorance. Because you have to remember, our foreparents are coming from out of oppression. Our families destroyed. Our history destroyed. So there were certain things the next generation just did not know. Trying to figure this thing out. Okay? And when you're young, you make mistakes. So I try to be light on Mr. Joe Jackson. I do. And I look at Michael Jackson, I'm like, yeah, your childhood was sacrificed. It was. Yeah, but the other end, how beautiful. How beautiful. And if you can't see that, even the things that I've gone through that could have destroyed me, that I could talk about negatively now, but you know what? It made me the person I am today. And that's not so bad. And so when I look back, even when I went, I suppose, like, if my brother went into the military, and I'm sure they can talk about some things that they really went through. But look at how on this end that they made it through something really hard and difficult or whatever. And you can say, I did it. And that's the way I think it's going to be at the end of our lives. I did it. I got something to talk about. But when you don't go through anything in life, you get to the other end and you'll probably say, okay, well, what was that about? And you came and had a good time and never had a problem, what kind of stories you would bring back. But it's the ones who have gone through something and you made it through that you have a testimony. You have a testimony. And I hope, Michael, that you learned. I hope all of us who come through this life, you go through some things, you got a story to tell, and you get to the other side and you're able to say, I did it. I did it. I made it. And that'll be the honor, the badge that you will wear. Okay? So, at the end of this day, why don't you please remember that in order to be a success in life, sometimes you have to go through some shit. Sometimes you have to go through some things so that you can say, I was strong, I was courageous, and maybe sometimes you weren't courageous, but you made it. Even when I pledged Alpha, I was quitting every day. And out of 12 of us, only 3 of us made it into the fraternity. We had to go through some stuff. And every day, I wanted to quit. But somehow, God saw fit for me to go through that, to experience it, to get to where I am today. And hopefully, something I learned from all of that makes me a better person today. So, back to what I was saying. At the end of this day, I hope that at the end of your days, that you'll be able to say, I made it. I did good. Peace. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.